Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm just trying to film this really quickly because I am actually going out in a bit, which is why I have such extra makeup. I never wear glitter in my videos or anything like that, and I had my eyebrows microbladed today, so give me a thumbs up if you want to see a video on that. So yeah, I'm going to get straight into the video and I'm going to show you how I made microbead extensions from literally basic blonde clipping extensions. So if you want to see how, stay tuned. So I've had microbead extensions like 10 times in my life. I've mainly done them myself, usually just with hair that I bought on eBay or on AliExpress or on Mini House. I did have them done professionally once, but honestly it was terrible. Every time I brushed my hair a strand came out. The woman who done them hadn't tightened the beads enough and I just had to go through with pliers and just redo them all. The hair was also really cheap and it went ratty within like a day. So for the most part I just stuck to doing them myself because then I knew how I liked them and how I wanted to have them. It's also really hard with someone with such thick hair, wanting such long hair and with such bright hair, like to go to a salon and have the extensions that I would want. So it's just easier to do it myself all in all. The first time I ever had microbeads I actually did them this method that I'm going to show you today, but the first time I did them was like 5 years ago and they were a hot mess. Honestly, like the stick tips were really thick, they didn't stay in my hair very well, like they were right like at my parting. But like as time's gone by I've been able to practice and I have just mainly used in my life just the micro rings that you get on eBay. So traditionally when you go to a salon and have micro bead extensions they will use a bead and a stick tip and they'll put the stick tip in the bead and clamp it shut with pliers. But when you get them on eBay they come with the hair already in the ring and then they've got a plastic loop. You put your hair through the plastic loop, pull it through and clamp it the same way, and they're more for like home use, doing them yourself. Obviously it'd be really hard to make extensions like that just like not knowing how to, so I just did this method. So I'm not going to include in this video how I dyed the extensions because obviously when they came they were just a basic blonde clip-in. I've got loads of videos on dyeing extensions, but for anyone who's interested I'll use Crazy Colour Vermilion Red mixed with conditioner, and that's just the dye that I use all the time. I've probably got videos on it on my channel somewhere, but obviously this video is more about how I make and install the extensions. So basically what you do is you get some of the plastic keratin beads. So you can get them in glue stick form and use them with a glue gun, but that just seems really messy and this seems a lot easier. So you get these little UTIPS, which is similar to if you've ever had the keratin bond extensions. They're the same sort of thing. So you literally just cut a bit of hair off your extensions, put it in the keratin bead, heat it up and roll it in your fingers. I'm going to show you like a detailed video of how I did that in a second, but I'm just going through all the things that you will need. I will put links in the description bar as well to the products that I used. So I've had my heat connector for years, so since the first time that I made microbead extensions I did them with straighteners and they were horrible, like they ruined my straighteners. So I got a tool on eBay just to do it properly, and it's got like heat settings on. You just like put the bead in the hair in there, melt it and then roll it when it's cooled down a little bit. Once you have made the stick tips you can go ahead and start putting them in. So you need a loop tool, pliers and beads. I'm not sure what this is actually called, but this is basically just the tool that you use to pull your hair through the bead. Yeah, I just call it a loop tool. And then you need some pliers. You can get these in sets on eBay. You won't particularly get these pliers, they're usually like more of a red handle and they don't have the jaggedy bit in the middle, but I tend to use this part of the pliers, the flat bit, to close the bead because it just closes it a lot flatter than the jagged part. But I will again link that in the description. So the beads I use as well, I don't use the silicone line ones just because my hair is so thick. It's hard to get the strand, my hair and the silicone in the ring, so I use the copper tubes and they're longer as well. So I'll show you if you can see. They're just like a little copper tube, and you just put the hair in there and close it shut. So I'm going to get on to the part of the video where I show you how to make the extensions, how to put them in, and then at the end I'll talk about like how I look after them and things like that. So I wash my hair normally like once a week anyway, so I'm not going to wash it any more often because I have extensions. It also takes a really long time to dry with extensions, so I'd rather just do it like when I have a night off work so that I can just blow dry it or leave it to dry naturally. But I don't know if you can see how they look. Basically they're just individual strands. Obviously they're not perfect like if you had them at a salon, but they're neat enough for me and they're comfortable. So you leave them in for like 3 to 6 months. So to like maintain the longevity of the hair, it's best not to put any conditioner near the root because that can break down the keratin beads. You just shampoo near the root and condition through the ends just like you would normal hair anyway. I usually leave mine in for about 3 months. Obviously I don't pay a lot for my hair, as I've mentioned in videos before. I'm quite like savvy with where I get my hair from, and once I find something for a good price I tend to just repurchase that. So I leave them in for 3 months. The same way to take them out is the same way you put them in. You just clamp the bead the other way and it will open it up and you can just pull it straight out. So if you have any questions, just ask down below and I will get back to you. I'll put any links to any of the products that I've shown in the video in the description bar, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and give me a thumbs up if you want to see a video on my eyebrow microblading experience. I only had them done today but I'm absolutely obsessed with them. So give me a thumbs up if you want to see that video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye!